and I'll be your sideline sports reporter for the duration of the Men's Volleyball OCAA Championship. Today's the final match of the evening, and we have the Humber Hawks, hosts of the OCAA Championship, versus the Niagara Knights, and the winner of this game will be advancing on to the gold medal match tomorrow at 5 versus Fanshawe. It's definitely going to be a game that no one wants to miss, and right now everyone's warming up, and the crowd is just getting started. And for more, to our commentators.
Thank you, Danielle, and this matchup proves to be a good one. Humber beat Mohawk, paving their way to this game right here, and of course Niagara had that thriller yesterday against the Georgian Grizzlies. And Adam Lucia, this one should be another doozy here, the late game on Friday.
Yeah, this has been the one that everybody's been waiting for. You mentioned there, Humber made pretty quick work of Mohawk there with a 3-set sweep, and Georgian and Niagara went to battle. And like you said, the game of the tournament by far and away, not much of a contest. So two teams coming together with different stories here, and let's find out who battles for gold.
Adam Lucia, last night, the Niagara Knights showed a lot of this. A lot of heart, and they're going to have to do the same thing. They're taking on the number 5 nationally ranked Humber Hawks.
And you see the Hawks, why they're so highly ranked. Look at those numbers there, that hitting percentage way up there, assists per set, all across the board. Quite the season for the Hawks. Let's see if Niagara can put up a fight here in unfamiliar territory. You got to remember, there's a nice little crowd out here. Humber is the home team. It's going to take quite the night from the Knights if they want to play for gold against the Fanshawe Falcons tomorrow.
Taking a look at those key players for Niagara, Micah Newitz. Outstanding performance last night. First-year player, and Jaden Mill, the guy that was teed up beautifully by his team, getting all kinds of kill shots, and that was really instrumental in that victory for Niagara. They were behind for a lot of that game, but they showed a lot of fight. And you can imagine, no matter how much they get down in this game this evening, they got to have that confidence from yesterday. Like, hey, we can fight back, we can win this game, even if we're down.
Yeah, they proved they could do so, but they're going against the likes of Rafael Hilario and Jake Gomes, two of the best in the business. Jake Gomes is the one distributing it, and Hilario is the one putting it away. You see those 147 kills for the Rookie of the Year.
Humber lining up on that baseline. They're ready to roll. You would imagine the Niagara Knights are also ready to get this thing going. We'll step away for the national anthem. Should have a beautiful rendition by the younger member of the Wilkins clan.
We'd like to welcome you to this matchup. But first, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats if you're in for the singing of our national anthem by Humber's own Kriya Wilkins. and gentlemen, it is time to introduce your starting lineups. First, the visiting Niagara Knights. First up, a 6'2" middle from St. Catharines, number 2, Kyle Thiessen. Next, a 6'3" outside hitter from Toronto, number 4, Jaden Mill. Followed by a 6'2" setter from Port Dover, number 6, Benjamin Fillmore. Followed by a 6'2" outside hitter from Hamilton, number 8, Elijah Giardini. Next, the 6-foot outside hitter from St. Catharines, number 10, Micah Newitz. A 6'5" middle from Whitby, number 11, Tristan Swindon. And your libero is a 6-foot Ingersoll native, number 3, Robert Zalewski. And now, the starting lineup for your Humber Hawks, as put together by head coach Wayne Wilkins. First, a 6'2" right side from Brampton, Ontario, number 0, Cayman Wilkins. Next, a 6'6" left side from Barrie, Ontario, number 1, Dylan Devashary. Next, a 6'3" outside hitter from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, number 9, Rafael Hilario. Next, a 6'6" setter from Oakville, Ontario, number 13, Jake Gold. 6'8" middle from Collingwood, Ontario, number 14, Andrew Blakey. Next, a 6'9" middle from Malton, Ontario, number 17, John Obi. And last but not least, a 6-foot libero from Toronto, number 3, Ratty Q. Ladies and gentlemen, your starting lineup for your Humber Hawks. Your officials for this matchup are Jennifer Adams.
In action, this game's about to tip off. As your player introductions, the Humber Hawks look fired up, but you really got to think those Niagara Knights are ready for whatever the Hawks can throw their way after that very inspiring performance last night in the late game.
All season long, these Hawks have had the better of the Knights. But tonight's the night. It's a single elimination game, and whoever's the better team this evening will face off against the Fanshawe Falcons for that OCAA gold.
The bronze medal matchup will be taking on the Redeemer Royals, and the Royals are waiting the losers of this game here. Niagara will have the serve to start things off. Cayman Wilkins did roll up his ankle last night. We see him in the lineup here. Looks no worse for wear. And here we go. Semifinal action. The road to the gold medal underway, and right away, John Obi with the smash.
Yeah, if you want to give the first touch to one single player, it's got to be John Obi, sitting at 6'9". He's willing to get up there and put down the hammer all game long, and he's doing it early.
Gomes puts that one long, little out of routine there.
Jake Gomes is the leader for service aces on this team, but he makes a rare error there. So see John Obi make quick work of the Niagara defense.
Obi just getting up so high, and they were able to really get Obi going last night. John Obi was the player of the game and just couldn't seem to find an answer. The Mohawk Mountaineers.
Yeah, it was a dynamic duo of Hilario and Obi who led the way with 11 kills. So we look at Obi's second kill of the night already.
Devasheri puts it in play here, and that sails out of bounds. Hawks add another.
And that's what Cayman Wilkins brings to this lineup. You see that great court presence as he lets that one drift out of bounds.
Another serve here coming up from number 1.
A mid-season addition after an injury for Devasheri. He's been an absolute stud since coming back.
Newitz dumps it deep. And that will drop another score for Humber.
Yeah, Humber making it look easy so far. That first touch of the Knights just not going where they wanted to. And Humber's making a nice little lead for themselves here.
Great start for the Hawks, but Niagara really not worried about getting down. They've shown they can fight back. Obi all over that soft touch, and a big block from Hilario.
The poor Knights, what do? You try to get the ball away from John Obi, so you kick it to the other side of the floor, and there's Rafael Hilario sitting there waiting to see him go up for the big block here against Micah.
Just see what a weapon John Obi is, not just with the hitting, but with how tall he is, and he's able to elevate like that. Very dynamic defender as well.
Yeah, you seen on that last block there, he was able to go up and while in the air, adjust his arms to reach out and deflect that ball back.
Ooh, Micah Newitz right in front of us here. The game is paused as Newitz gets his hand, looks like his thumbnail bent right off.
The Hawks, not an easy team to defend against with all that power, and you see there, Newitz.
One of those key guys for Niagara. And he's gonna have to get that thing taped up, and you just wonder if he can play through the pain. That looks nasty.
Yeah, I think we winced more here in the broadcast booth than he did down on the floor, but he's showing his toughness, getting back in there right away with the help of just a little tape.
Ouch. But we're going to get things going. Humber off to a great start. 5-1 lead and a good couple of serves here from Dylan Devasheri, looking to keep that going.
Let's see if he attacks Newitz with that new tape job.
Another block there from Obi. Now setting up Hilario. Finds a dead zone, but the Knights scramble to get it over.
Wasn't pretty, but it worked.
And it came in. Really got all of that one, but now no overturning of the call. That will go to the Knights.
See Kamen get way up there with that strike.
Serve here now. Teed up for Newitz. Dumps it deep. Good play there to catch the Hawks off guard. Nobody down deep.
Newitz not letting that Humber front court get in his way or that thumb injury. To see him just push that one right down the line over top of Jake Gomes.
What a serve there from Bujardini. And Knights answer again, so now we're just about knotted up. That 5-1 lead has been reduced to 5-4.
Hasn't been the prettiest of starts for the Knights. A couple miscues, a couple mishit balls, but they find themselves right in the thick of it here.
And Elijah Bugiardini into the net with the service error. Now John Obi, not really known for his work from the serve line. The 6'9" Malton native, really able to get it done up front, but that time puts it in play. Quick touch up front, that's Benjamin Fillmore.
Fillmore with the smart play there. You've seen it drop right on the top of the net. He had the presence of mind to go over on two. Catching these Hawks off guard, that's what they're gonna need to do early.
Micah puts it in play, teed up now for Hilario, and we've seen that all season long, Adam Lucier, right here in the Hawks nest. Hilario in his first year with the team just really puts so much heat on those hits.
Yeah, unless you're hiding for cover and you actually get to watch some of these Hilario hits, he's fun to watch. That's cross-court winner. Absolutely no hope for the Knights defense.
but with the serve into the net.
That's the one thing we've seen from Hilario and Obi. So powerful and accurate at the net, but they do struggle a fair bit from the service line.
Blakey running after it, but that one just out of reach, dropping in front of the Humber athletic director, Ray Chateau.
Wilkins not too pleased with himself on that one. Wasn't happy with the first touch directing wide. So this one stays tight all the way through 7.
Niagara, led by their first-year head coach, Tommy Sloan, did a good job with his team last night, rallying the squad from behind, but there's a big hit from Hilario, and that's really going to be the key for Humber's victory.
Hilario hit that one so hard it knocked off the tape from Nuyet's thumb. Let's see if he gets that thing re-wrapped up, or I think it's just going to slide it right back in.
Could be a long night for Newitz and that left thumb.
Over on 2 go the Knights.
That time Hilario bit out of direction, lands out of bounds.
Give credit to head coach Tommy Sloan. Got out of the way of that rocket and then made the out call. He's paying attention.
Tommy Sloan, no iPad, electing for the good old-fashioned pen and paper.
I like to see tradition still strong here at the OCAA Provincial Championships.
Service ace that time.
Benjamin Fillmore showing his skill from the service line as he gets Wilkins once again to put that one out.
Niagara up by a point here. Ratty Kim sets it up now. Hilario over to Devasheri. Should be a nice setup here for Niagara. That is just inside, and Niagara now with a 2-point lead.
Jaden Milne, the kills leader from last game, able to get that one down. A nice setup here from the libero. He's able to put it away.
Now, Adam, you kind of get the impression maybe this could be one of those 5-set marathons. Niagara playing some really good volleyball this time of year.
Yeah, a little bit of uncharacteristic play here from Humber, kind of making some errors, some poor miscommunication, and it's going to lead to that first timeout taken by head coach Wilkins. Not the start these Humber Hawks were looking for here on their home court.
You can just imagine the confidence for the Knights growing with each point here. Now, these two teams met on February 8th right here in the Nest, and we saw Humber win 3 straight sets. And earlier in the year on November 29th, Humber in Niagara, again, 3 straight set wins. So Niagara yet to pick up a set this season. You know that has to weigh on their mind heading into this matchup.
Well, they're putting themselves in a pretty good position off the top here with an 11-8 lead, and that's got to be in their back of the head. The fact that they haven't been able to overcome this Humber Hawks team all year. But as we mentioned before, this is single elimination at this point in the tournament. So the Knights gonna look for the upset here. See that last point made by Milne, able to find the corner.
Hawks looking a little flat-footed after a very nice start. Score was 5-1. Ever since then, it's been a 10-3 run in favor of the Knights.
You gotta wonder what was said by head coach Wayne Wilkins there. He knows this team better than anybody in his 25th year with the program. No one knows what to do in times of adversity better than the team coach.
Benjamin Fillmore getting the ball in play, and Humber setting up their guy, Dylan Devasheri, a guy who only played 5 games in the regular season due to injury, but a guy as talented as number 1, looking like he's in postseason form already.
Yeah, it didn't take him long. Already a statistical leader in a bunch of categories after you mentioned just 5 games.
Strong play at the net for Dylan. Big block for Gomes. Niagara on their heels right now. And another play at the net. Jake Gomes, back-to-back blocks.
How about Jake Gomes, more known for his assists and his work from the service line, but getting it done with the blocks as well. You've seen it come his way once again. Gets up there with no fear and puts it away.
Yeah, he is very talented with the setups, but he is also 6'6". Good tee up there, Fillmore. Getting it done, Niagara now. Back with that 2-point lead.
The Hawks showing signs of life here, but still find themselves behind.
Jaden Milne putting this one in play. Ooh, Devasheri hits the roof. And this lead for the Knights is growing.
Yeah, he really tried to put some air under that one, allowing someone to run in and get to it, but just a little too much air under it, and it clinks off the rafters here inside the Hawks' nest.
It's a great matchup right now. Milne sends her long. There's a lucky break for the Hawks, and that puts Jake Gomes with the ball in hand, and he has a lot of service aces, 50 in the regular season, and he's had a couple already in this tournament.
Everybody perks up when he takes to the line. Another missile.
That time, mistimed jump for the Humber block. And Bugiardini picking up the point. Here's a second look. That back set, beautiful. Just finding a way to get it done.
Devasheri had those hands a little far apart and was able to squeak through. But that's light work for John Obi.
And on plays like that, you don't really see Obi hit it all that hard, but he's just so high up there, it's impossible to defend. He virtually comes right down on it.
Yeah, when he gets up to his peak, that ball's coming down almost vertically. You mentioned he gets so high up. Power is not exactly necessary.
It's like the behemoth roller coaster over at Wonderland, you know?
That's exactly it.
There's a second look at what we're talking about with these Obi hits, just completely vertical. No chance. Niagara looking to the sky like, what do we got to do to block Obi?
No one's exactly had an answer all year.
It might not be possible. Service ace from Devasheri, and the Hawks coming alive right now.
And look out for when Devasheri gets on the roll. He's one of the more emotional and fun to watch players on this team. He likes to get the boys hyped up. Already 2 kills on the day for Devasheri.
That time just paints it a little too long. Overcooks his grits, and Humber now down by a point. Niagara with the serve. Right back as Bugiardini puts it into the net.
Back-to-back errors here. And it's worth mentioning when it comes to service errors, Niagara has the most in the province, with Humber being number 2. So that could be a factor in this one as these service errors start piling up in set number 1.
Obi sends it long.
He's so big, he tries to take everything away he can. You see in that backswing, taking it off, but still too strong for his own good as he even sails that floater a little bit too far.
Newitz, looks like that thumb tape is holding up. Hawks scramble to get it over. Gomes, heads up play. Humber get a good chance to reset here. Oh, Hilario. Vintage Rafael Hilario.
Hilario must just laugh at that. Look at these 2 blockers. They're getting up with plenty of time. They're in the right position, everything coach wants. And then Rafael Hilario comes in and smokes it right through.
Good serve there. Humber able to keep it alive. Kamen puts it into the net.
It's a classic Kamen play. He gets the first touch and then kind of gets awarded with that give and go, but just unable to make good on it. See here, it's put up by Ratty Kim. Plenty of time to sit up under it, just a miss hit into the net.
Gomes, Hilario. Big hit, a lot of net contact. Point for Humber.
Hilario gets up there from his familiar position over there on the far side of the court, and that ball will meet Nuyet's ankle as it makes its way to the floor.
Hilario, 6'3", great vertical leap and just so much power in those shots. Kamen sails that one out of bounds.
This one can go down to the bitter end.
Ben Fillmore, great showing last night against the Grizzlies, but that serve, entirely too much on it.
Yeah, Fillmore had himself a night against Georgia, recording 34 assists in that matchup.
Andrew Blakey. Wow, good job by Hilario getting under that one. And then the double touch.
Yeah, he knew
from
it
Blakey.
Off the fingertips. So that error will cost them the almighty point number 19, but still plenty of opportunities to claw back.
Jaden finds that one in bounds for the service ace. And look at this, Adam Lucier coming right down to the wire. Milne hits that corner, and now the Knights are up by 2. 20-18 here. Hawks on their heels. That is out of bounds, and oh boy, looking like Niagara has a good chance to pick up their first set of the season against Humber.
Devasheri had what he wanted there, just set that a little long, and you're right on the money, Matt. For the first time all season, the Knights have a chance to steal a set away from the hometown Hawks.
Newitz up now, big block from Devasheri. Milne hits it deep. Hawks are going to argue the call, but that will go in favor of the Knights. Adam, they're up 22-18 in a well-timed stoppage and play from head coach Wayne Wilkins.
Yeah, Kamen didn't like the call here. Tough to see from that angle whether it was in or not. And Coach Wilkins just waved Kamen off. It's fine. Let's call that timeout and regroup, because they're in serious danger of dropping this first set.
And what a big victory that would be for the Knights to pick up set 1. Coming in with all kinds of mojo after that big comeback victory last night against the 11th nationally ranked Georgian Grizzlies. Now they're looking to take down number 5 Humber and pave their way to the gold. And it seems improbable, but nothing is off the table with this Niagara Knights team, the way they're playing here at the provincial tournament.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a Cinderella story through this tournament. Their season, they went just 13-7, a pretty good record in that tough West Division, but definitely not up there with the likes of Humber and Fanshawe. And we all predicted that Humber would move quickly on to face the other side of the bracket, those Fanshawe Falcons, but don't count out the Knights just yet. So they're just 3 points away from taking a 1-0 lead.
Knights up by 4, and Milne with the serve. Obi gets up high. Now Niagara setting things up, but Obi and Devasheri gonna team up for the big block.
Back to basics here for Humber, doing what they do best. See both blockers, Devasheri and Obi, get up there. And if they can work these fundamentals, the Hawks have a chance to work their way back into it.
Gomes with the serve. That's the guy Humber wants, putting it in here. Oh, heads up play there. Bugiardini looking for the soft spot. Fielded by Niagara. And that is just out of the reach of Kamen, and the Knights just keep inching closer, 23-19.
Kamen Wilkins, not an easy guy to evade. You've seen him scrambling in the backcourt of this play. Just out of the reach. That's a great shot there.
Gomes over to Hilario, who just puts it deep. And a big block by Obi. That's as good as it gets from number 17.
That execution was perfect from Obi. Seems so calm and cool when he takes the air. He doesn't have too far to go. Just a one-man block party there.
A tremendous student athlete, number 17. Newitz teed up again. The block's there for Humber, but that's going to land out of bounds. Niagara now just 1 point away from taking the set.
This Humber front court is coming alive, but it could be too late for set one. Hawks need to be perfect.
That is just long. Oh boy, that was centimeters away from that line.
Yeah, you can hear the hush of the crowd go over for that split second.
Yeah, the call. What's the call going to be? That could have gone either way.
Seen Rezard Sadiku get in this ball game. John Obi's going to take a seat.
Sadiku effectively iced by that timeout from the Knights. Sadiku's a guy who got a lot of playing time this season in the absence of Dylan Devasheri. And since number one has returned to the lineup, Sadiku, a bit more of a support role, but coming in right now, Obi checking out. Didn't look too good with Obi's first serve there. So we'll see what Sadiku can pull out of his hat.
Yeah, Sadiku's a starter on practically almost any team you're going to find, but Humber has so much depth, and as you mentioned, Devasheri coming back into the lineup after the injury. Having a player of Sadiku's caliber to come off the bench with those fresh legs could be a big boost as this one wears on. Conditioning could begin to be a factor.
Again, this is the late game. Start time 8 o'clock Eastern time. And a lot of these teams hanging around all day, so it's a long day to wait around. Lots of temptation, the free pizza, the food, you know, you never know what kind of energy level you have going into this late game.
As long as they're serving popcorn, I'm still in the building, I'll tell you that. And you mentioned it, Matt. You see the Fanshawe Falcons and Redeemer Royals sticking around in this one. Doing a little scouting for those big medal matchups tomorrow.
Can the Hawks come out of this hole? Good serve by Sadiku. Gomes to Hilario. That's the horse they rode in on. And that makes the margin of...
And in crunch time, that's the guy you want to go to, Rafael Hilario.
And we're back. Here's Sadiku again. In play. Teed up for Newitz. There it is. The Knights taking set number one. Strong showing from the visiting team, and the host Hawks have just dropped their first set to Niagara all season long.
That is an absolute shocker. Not the result we expected in set number one, but these Niagara Knights came to play, and it was a few early errors from Humber that really put them behind the 8 ball.
Well, if we're just going to look at the matchup on paper, yeah, why wouldn't you just assume Humber's going to steamroll like they did all season long with these 3 straight set wins? But Niagara is a team that's peaking at the right time. And you think after that comeback performance last night, really they think that this tournament is theirs to win.
Yeah, they themselves, they have quite the well-rounded roster. A lot of players that can get it done. And as you mentioned, Matt, momentum definitely on their side in this tournament after that thriller yesterday. So these Knights may just be feeling themselves a little bit, and that not be a bad thing. It's in this tournament, anything could happen.
There's the Niagara bench getting words of encouragement for Tommy Sloan, but you know, we saw it happen last night too. The Knights got up, they were all smiles on the bench, and then they had some dark times where they really saw some tough competition from Georgian. And Adam, you'd have to fully expect Humber's gonna find a way to do what they do best and get on some big runs and use all their offensive weapons and make life pretty hard for these Knights trying to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, if you think the Hawks are happy with that first set, then I don't think you know that team very well. They definitely have a chip on their shoulder now, and they're gonna come out roaring set number 2. And that's a good point, Matt. After winning that first set against Georgian, Niagara, they dropped their next 2 and only putting up 17 and 18 points in those sets. So they have shown that they'll fall back a little bit after a big set win. So Humber really needs to take advantage.
Here's that final point from Newitz. No thumbnail, no problem. Getting those t-shirts printed up right now. Niagara Knights liking their chances after a first set win.
Yeah, you mentioned it, that early adversity. But who needs a fingernail when there's gold on the line?
getting ready to go. Hawks on the court.
Interesting to see who will be starting in set number 2 after dropping set 1. It looks like the usual suspects out there. If you're head coach Tommy Sloan for the Knights, I wouldn't change anything. Got to be pretty pleased with the way your team came out to start this one.
I mean, Humber, obviously, with the offensive weapons they have, look at that front line right there. You have Obi, Devasheri, Hilario. You're not going to stop those guys, but Niagara with some great offensive play of their own and really just went tit for tat that whole set. Found a way to get it done in crunch time. Do they have it in them again? Are the Hawks going to wake up here? Here's Gomes going to get things started. There's Milne. Kim sets up Hilario, big block. Again, Hilario, oh boy, but that's kept alive. Almost unreal.
Took out the libero there.
There's Obi again, just coming straight down on it.
If you see here, the Knights are playing them well. Fillmore had the right position there. That play off the libero, that's got to be a little bit of a stinger. But they're reading Hilario well, and Fillmore just couldn't get the hold of it.
One of those shots in warm-up coming to our table grazed my finger. It killed. Can you imagine that shot that Hilario just unloaded on the libero?
Yeah, I'll take the comfy seat behind the desk any day of the week.
Hook. Great diving play by Newitz. And that just gets away there from Bujardini. Not happy with himself, but Humber liking their situation right now. They're up by 2.
This is a situation they want to find themselves in. They're much more used to having a lead than trying to come from behind. With Jake Gomes on the line, a chance to extend it.
Big shot. Bujardini, soft touch, handled by Devasheri. Hilario beating that block. Raw power.
Showing no mercy to the forearms of these Niagara Knights. That one ricochets off the blockers and to the net.
Now it's Jake Gomes again. Great run of serves, bit of a changeup that time. Bujardini blocked by the big man, John Obi, player of the game in last night's matchup. Fine form here tonight.
Similar skill sets of John Obi and Hilario, and when it comes to blocking, there's no 2 players you want to see go up together more than those 2.
That one is sent long. Niagara picking up their first point of the set. And here's Jaden. Loses control. That one drifts to the left.
Trying to put a little English on that ball, but Dylan Devasheri able to recognize it and let that one drift wide.
And the whole Fanshawe Falcons team and the Redeemer Royals looking on. We're going to decide who's going to the gold medal game.
And that's what often happens when you're going against blockers this big. You try to go over the block, which leads to a lot of balls going long, and we're starting to see that more and more from the Knights.
Point awarded to Niagara. Gomes to Hilario. Oh, boy. That was a big play, and the Hawks fans are on their feet.
Yeah, if that doesn't get the gym bumping, I don't know what will. Thiessen might need a new kneecap after that one, as he took that one pretty square on the leg.
That court is the danger zone right now. Lots of hard hitting. Perhaps none harder than number 9. Again, John Obi sailing that serve long. Having a bit of difficulty there.
Yeah, finally that front court is starting to click for the Hawks, but they really need to focus on those service errors. And so do the Knights, apparently, as they go long on yet another one.
Humber able to establish a pretty comfortable 4-point lead right now. Let's see if they can hang on to that, or if the Knights are going to storm back like they've done so many times here in this tournament.
Definitely don't want to fall back 2 sets to 0. Do the Hawks, they're going to need to do everything in their power to come away with set 2. Seen Hilario already racking up 8 kills on the evening.
Gomes over to Kamen. Great shot there. Kamen Wilkins with 149 kills on the season. That leads the Hawks. And that's what he does right there. Just finding an open space. Newitt's doing his best to get there. No dice.
Yeah, he averages 2.8 kills a set, but that's his first of the night for Kamen, so look for him to get going.
Rolling out of bounds. Another point for Humber. That lead at 5 now.
And all of a sudden, these bounces and breaks are going the way of the Hawks. Seem a lot more comfortable and relaxed compared to set 1.
Set up for Jaden Milne. Beats the block. That's what we've seen from Niagara. Good offensive play of their own.
Yeah, Jaden Milne going against 2 Humber Hawks. Let's take a look at the replay here. Plenty of elevation from Jaden, able to fire it through.
Milne's the leading point scorer for the Knights. How about that play from Jake Gomes? That's what we've seen from number 13 all season long. Just creative play, and really the first time we've seen that from Gomes all match.
Yeah, look at Gomes. Oh, you think I'm setting? Oh, no, I'm not. Back the other way, a little backhand flip. Makes it look so easy. I can tell you it's not. Jake Gomes showing why he's one of the best players in the province.
Just a beautiful play. Humber with the strong serve, and Blakey's going to get another chance here. Hawks just keep increasing their lead. They were hanging out 4. Now they're up to 6. Score here is 11-5.
Yeah, we're seeing more smiles on the court. The bench is breaking out a few more dance moves. These Hawks are starting to come alive.
Really not an easy road to the gold medal game. The Hawks maybe comfortable with the Knights, having beat them twice on the season, but this is a tough team right now. One of the best in the West. Gomes dumps it. Niagara setting up a shot for Jaden, kept alive by Hilario. Kamen set up beautifully. And that point will go to the Hawks on the net violation.
So much focus put on Obi, Devasheri, and Hilario in the front court that oftentimes teams don't see Kamen moving up from the back, and he came through with a big hit there.
Yeah, Kamen Wilkins quietly the leading point getter for Humber. All those kills. Good block by Devasheri. That hits Milne, and the double touch is called.
This lead keeps growing and growing for the Hawks. You see Devasheri timed this one beautifully. John Obi rushing over to help, but it's not needed. As Milne tries to play it off the net to no avail.
Hawks having a great response here in the second set. Really taking control. They're up by 7. And obviously the Knights trying to slow things down. Tommy Sloan over there talking to his team, because the Hawks firing on all cylinders, looking good.
Yeah, you got to think for the Knights, obviously they're already leading in this game, but this set's huge for them. The ability to go up 2-0 against the Hawks, which good luck sweeping the Hawks. I don't think anybody's done it yet this year. They even took a set off of Fanshawe. So for the Knights, every point here is key. If they let the Hawks run away now, they may never see them again.
Motto for the Hawks right now, just got to be, can't stop. Keep the pressure on Niagara on their heels right now, as they were able to capture the first set, but right now it's all Humber.
And it starts and ends for these Hawks with the front court. It took them a little while to get going, but that terrific trio, see in the middle of your screen there, is starting to put in work.
Great serve from Gomes, but he steps over the line. That thing was a thing of beauty, but the violation called.
Yeah, doing everything right there except for extending that big toe just a little too far.
Devashiri kind of has to second guess that one, but he'll beat the block and pick up the point.
Yeah, you got it, Matt. He kind of double clutched on that one. If it was basketball, it might have been an up and down foul, but he gets away with it fine here. See the double clutch and puts it away off the block.
Set up here, Kamen with a monster block, and that's got the whole team fired up.
When Kamen gets fired up, the whole team comes with him. That's what you want your leader doing, out on his own and getting the job done. Nice block down the line.
Hawks up by 8. Comfortable lead and a great way to put the ball in play. Hit long. Another point for Humber.
That's Nuyets making eye contact with the big blockers of Humber across the net and tries to avoid him, but he also avoids the court.
Just a bit of a floater over the net.
Nice recovery from the libero.
Great chance now for Humber. Hilario, oh my God. Can't stop it.
I don't know what you do. If you're head coach Tommy Sloan, what do you tell the guys when Hilario takes to the air? Close your eyes? I don't know what the best course of defense is, but Hilario's starting to take this game over. 9 kills for number 9.
Good block by Obi. Humber just steamrolling here in this second set. Now they're up by 10.
Yeah, the Knights obviously having trouble with John Obi. Tried that quick set there, maybe try to catch him off guard, but our Obi was all over it, able to get up there without issue.
Service error. Now the Knights have a chance to put some points, but it looks like Humber's lead might just be too much here.
There is a country mile on the scoreboard between these two teams, and it's going to get even wider after that service error. So after dramatic set 1 that saw an upset with the Knights taking it, Humber showing who's boss here in set 2.
Obi checks out, Sadiku in. Heavy serve from Sadiku. Now Hilario just gonna have to tap it over. Set up now for Milne. Hawks regroup. Came in. Big blast and another point. Humber has 20.
Tristan Swindon not too happy with himself here as he takes the brunt of that Cayman Wilkins hit, and it flies cross court for the Humber point.
Wayne Wilkins got to be happy with his team, and they've come out here in the second after dropping the first, just ready to roll.
Yeah, maybe losing in set number 1 is the kick in the pants this team needed, as they come out all cylinders firing in set number 2, a massive 12-point lead here. So they try to even up this contest and try to make a plan to visit Fanshawe in that gold medal game tomorrow afternoon. Jake Gomes there again to shoulder rub. Much deserved, as he's carried quite the load today.
And so talking about tomorrow with that gold medal match, starting things off tomorrow, though, is the consolation final. That's at noon. Bronze medal match. The Royals are waiting to see who they're going to play. That's at 2:30. And the gold medal game right here on the Hawk Sports Network at 5 o'clock.
That'll be the conclusion of what's been a fantastic week of provincial volleyball here
Big shot. Newitz is blocked. Blakey keeping it alive, and great job. Devasheri finds that back line.
And that play all starts with Blakey able to get it done off the first touch, and it leads to Devasheri finding that opening behind Milne in the backcourt.
Just a beautiful set by Gomes. Satiku with a blast, making good of his playing time. Now just some mental mistakes for the Knights, and Humber 3 points away from taking set number 2.
Ashton Fair there really was looking for that cross-court winner, but just didn't get enough elevation and fired that one right into the net.
Here's Razart.
A familiar chicken wing serve.
That sails out of bounds. Another point for Hawks.
Jake Gomes saw that one, trailed his inches out. A nice call by him.
Razart, little too strong.
Up by this margin. Service error doesn't mean too much.
Would be a pretty impactful statement, though, for Humber to come out after losing set number 1 and to hold Niagara to single digits. Let's see if they can do that. They might just with that service error.
I'm sure Wayne Wilkins wanted a big response after that first set, and I think he's got it. See Silva Ferreira check into this game.
Eduardo, affectionately referred to as Dudu by his teammates. That's the nickname he brought from Brazil.
I'm not too sure how well that translates, but he sure is loved by his teammates.
There's that 10-point for Niagara. And that puts Micah Newitz.
Bad thumb and all on the service line, trying to stay alive in set 2.
Came in, big shot. Oh, what a definitive way to pack this one away. Now we're all tied up at 1 set apiece, and this game it just got interesting.
Yeah, that came and hit was the exclamation point on really what was an exclamation point of a whole set. They dominated the whole way, did the Humber Hawks, and that's the exact response they needed to tie this game up at 1 set apiece.
There's Howie Hawk. It's time for the t-shirt toss.
Shirts to the fans as he ushers out the Fanshawe Falcons.
There's that right arm you're talking about, Adam Lucier.
Might have a place on the baseball team next year if he keeps this up. Tommy Sloan can't be too happy with that last set his team put on, but a lot of building blocks here as they've shown they can take down the Hawks. Trying to go back to that formula they had in set 1.
Couple looks there at the end of that set, and Newitz had the serve, and then that was all she wrote once Humber got that 25th point.
Definitely a big moment to end that set off in, and who else but Cayman Wilkins, the leader of this club, leading the comeback. For Wayne Wilkins, I'm sure he's saying more of the same, fellas. Keep it up.
Wayne Wilkins just urging his team to keep it up. That was a real strong showing there. And if you're Niagara, you got to be a bit discouraged there. There's that definitive last point from Kamen.
See everybody in the gym looking straight up. That one dunked off the rafters for point number 25.
It's time to go.
All important set number 3. Which team is going to take advantage and stake their claim to move on?
Again, the usual suspects out there for Humber. Very dynamic lineup, that front line.
Every player on the floor for these Hawks capable of putting up points.
Milne, great shot there. Obi losing the handle on that one. That falls out of bounds.
Yeah, just not the touch he wanted. You could tell right from the tip he wasn't too happy with that one. Gonna have to shake it off. He'll get plenty more opportunities.
Teed up here for Devasheri. Lots of Hawks converging on the play.
Yeah, you see Devasheri and Obi both go up for that ball. Devasheri looks to be just a little bit banged up, but able to smile about it with his head coach.
Kamen puts that one a little too far, but the Hawks improvising. Jake Gomes setting it up perfectly for Obi. How's that?
That's about the prettiest touch you'll see all tournament long. Look at Jake Gomes here. This is ridiculous. Getting up with one hand, tossing it over to John Obi. He makes no mistake. That's impossible to defend.
And Jake Gomes doing what he does best, setting up his teammate and going right to that serve line. The other thing he does extremely well. Hawks picking up a point.
Plenty of energy in this gym. And set number 3.
Newitz with the hit, big block, but that falls short and out of play. Score here is 3-2, Niagara leading.
Yeah, the Hawks have been on top of things here in set 2, just not getting those bounces. You've seen a couple off the blocks that went awry.
All tied up here. Devasheri, ball in hand. Let's see if number 1 can get it done.
Just 5 service aces on the year for Devasheri. Obviously just 5 games played.
It's 1 for each 5 matches he played in the regular season.
Not a bad ratio.
Of course, Humber didn't have to play that crossover game because they are the tournament host.
See that tough play off the net there. Wilkins can't manage it.
Just looking a little discombobulated. Good start for Niagara here in the second set.
And this is controversial here. We're going to take a look at it now. Niagara believe they had that dig clean, and oh yeah, that's a pretty obvious call there. That was a good foot or 2 off the floor.
Not sure if you could call the do-over, but the ruling is in, and Niagara thinks they got hosed, and that might have been a tough call. The other officials going over to have a chit-chat.
Yeah, the Knights can't believe it.
So they're going to replay. The all is well. Correct call was made, but can't really blame the official. When you see Hilario tee up on a ball like this, you kind of just muscle memory. The play's over.
I mean, a mistimed blink and you're going to miss that kill, but nice work by this referee crew, getting together, talking it over, and making sure that right call was made.
But to the point of the Hawks, it almost looked like maybe there was a double touch there on that.
Yeah, it definitely
dig
could have been.
off the leg and off the arm kind of situation. Again, really tough to look. I don't know if we have the super slow-mo necessary to really get a good look on that Hilario shot, but
Yeah, that was definitely all Hilario's fault. Maybe he didn't hit it so hard next time. It'd be a little easier for us and the referees to
one more look here.
get a handle on it. Let's see if this is the definitive look.
That looked clean.
That looked like a clean
Bit
hit
of a
to
stretch
me.
here from the Hawks fans.
Referee appears to warn the Hawks bench to get further back.
And Xavier Reed getting a little too excited.
The rambunctious bench crew over there cheering on their side. A lot of communication between players, coaches, and referees, but I think we've had everything sorted out.
Newitz blocked. Gomes up for Devasheri. Wow, Niagara
Great
keeps
scramble.
it alive. Hawks thought that point was a done deal. Point for Niagara. So here in set 3, good back and forth play.
That's a fun rally there. Both teams putting on a show. And what a dig there
Jake
from the
Milne.
libero.
Looking like a soccer goaltender, just making that dive, but getting the arm on it at the last minute. Big shot from Hilario. That's going to land out of bounds. Milne looking to kind of break the rules there, but
Yeah. Surprised to see a white sweater in that sea of black over there, but Milne did everything he could to hustle under the net. Couldn't get to it. Give credit to these Knights. All of a sudden, they're defending these Hilario hits. Something they haven't done early in this one.
Devasheri says, get back on your side. This is volleyball. We don't commingle. Oh, Hilario taking it off the side of the face, it looked like.
So volleyball, ever the game of momentum swings. Swing the pendulum the direction of the Knights. Hilario can't make good on touch number 1.
A little too much spin on that one. Blakey, no doubt about it. And that's Gomes with the set.
Yeah, that's all Jake Gomes there. See how calm he controls this ball. Sets it up beautifully for Blakey. That could get the ball through before those blockers can converge. That's a big point for the Hawks.
Play just rolls. Gomes just gonna have to send it. Milne blocked by Jake. Bugiardini puts it way long.
He had plenty of open court there down that seam, but just put a little too much behind that one.
Now Humber looking like they're in a position to take control. They're up by 1. Here's Wilkins with the serve.
Great dig.
Yeah, you said it. And Devasheri off the great scoop by Kamen. Take a second look here as Devasheri has that teed up. But again, it was Kamen keeping it alive. Who else is going to set it but Gomes?
Defense leading to offense. Everything gelling right now for the Hawks.
Whistle blown. Net violation maybe on Devasheri.
Devasheri getting a little too involved with the net there. Doesn't get past the watchful eye of the judge.
Fillmore gets it in. Gomes. Ooh. How about that, Gomes?
That is all Jake Gomes there.
And the Knights want the net violation, but
And maybe rightfully so, as seen the net there wiggle just a little bit. That didn't go past the watchful eye of head coach Tommy Sloan. He's seen that the whole way.
that block not going to work out. One of the rare times Obi doesn't get all of it. So another point for Niagara. They're storming back here. They're down by 1.
This looking a whole lot like set number 1, which was a back and forth thriller.
Heads up play by Gomes at the net, and we've seen that a few times from number 13 as he charges back to the serve line.
Usually the one setting up these outside hitters, but these last few points, he's been the one getting it done on the net, much to the delight of his teammates.
Jake finds the line. Niagara celebrating, but that one's called in.
Yeah, everybody thought that one was long, at least on the Niagara side, but able to sneak that one in there is Jake Gomes.
We could take a look at the old service ace, but might have another one served up right here.
Trying to go back to back, unable to do so.
Tough play at the net. Humber does get it over. Gomes to Devasheri, just out of the reach. Well placed there by Dylan.
Give credit to Hilario there, who had that great save off the net, and Devasheri makes absolutely no mistake. Couldn't have dropped the ball in a better area than he did there. Yet again, another conversation between the Knights and the chair umpire. Officiating starting to become a factor here.
High pressure situation. This game decides who goes to the gold. By virtue of that, who goes on to the national championship in Alberta. Jake finds the back line again. Come on now.
Mr. Service Ace has completely taken this game over. To see him stripe this one right between those two Knight defenders.
Must be something in that Oakville tap water, because Jake Gomes is just a beast.
Again, contributions from the Oakville natives as well as the Brazilian natives. Of Hilario has had himself quite the night. 4 digs and 10 kills on the stat sheet for him, and John Obi's getting a talking up from Wayne Wilkins. I'm not a great lip reader, but I think he's saying hit the ball hard, John.
Really? I thought he was singing along to the Phil Collins we have playing through the speakers here.
Is he about to hit the drum solo?
The hand movements did kind of match up to the jump solo. We're going to see if we can get a replay on that. Oh, no, we're going to get a replay of the volleyball.
That's a great way to end it there. Jaden Milne doing everything in his power, but that's just great placement from Devasheri.
There's the head coach, Tommy Sloan, for the Niagara Knights, and really it's been a lot of ups and downs for his team, and they do such a good job. You know, after losing set number 2, 25-10, you'd think maybe the team would be a bit dejected, a bit discouraged, but here they are showing good fight. But again, they're down by 5, gonna have to fight back.
Yeah, and he's had the right attitude. You've seen Tommy Sloan working with his players, always staying relaxed, always with a smile on his face. He knows the tough work laying ahead of his fellas, and he knows what to do to get them there.
Milne putting it deep, and Kamen not able to put that one in position for his teammate.
Kamen might have been able to let that one go long. It was reaching that back line, but he decides to play it and can't get a good touch.
Hilario doesn't find regulation.
Trying to go cross court once again. That's been his bread and butter today, but just missed.
Kyle Thiessen with the serve. Now here's Humber. Again, back-to-back shots for Humber, just finding all kinds of air.
Yeah, that one appeared to go off Devasheri's thumb. He went up there with a lot of power, but definitely didn't get all of it.
Humber sees their 5-point lead evaporate into a mere 2, but that service error gonna help the cause for the Hawks.
Absolutely, these errors are starting to pile up for the Knights, and in this tight a game, can't afford to give these Hawks any wiggle room.
Newitz puts it deep. Set up for Hilario. Newitz beating the block. Niagara really fighting back here. And usually when you see a team up by as much as 5 like Humber was, it's almost a done deal, but not with this Niagara team. They are never to be counted out here.
Yeah, they're down 2-1 yesterday against Georgian. They're able to battle back to win that one. So they are used to coming from behind. Nothing new for these Knights, and they're doing a heck of a job of it here.
Bit of a New England Patriots feel to this Knights team here in the tournament. Just can never count them out, coming from behind. Hawks looking to put them away and establish control. Great block there. Blakey and Hilario in on the effort. Obi sets it up for Newitz.
Yeah, that was an issue there. Not often do you see John Obi being the one with the first touch, the big hitter, and that one just sailed over the net. Get a lot of credit to Newitz for being on top of his game and putting it away.
Kim, ooh, bit of a tough play at the net, but Niagara recovers. Gomes for Kamen, doesn't make it over the net.
Kamen put everything he had behind that ball, but ricocheted off the net right back at him. Seen once again a perfect setup by Gomes. Wilkins just unable to take advantage.
Just a 1-point lead for Humber now. Set up for Hilario. That's what the Hawks need.
That's exactly it. Hilario working hard on the block. Seen that one pop right off the top of the net. I think the Knights thought that was off a fingertip.
Hawks lead now just at 1, and the Knights are going to have the serve here.
Hilario in the back court, now where he's most comfortable.
The number 5 nationally ranked Humber Hawks only lost 2 games this season for a record of 16-2. Of course, those 2 matches were dropped to Fanshawe. And how about this, Adam Lucier? The Knights have tied it up.
You just can't ever put them away, these Knights. Devasheri trying to regroup after a poor first touch and just unable to get a hold of that one. 16-all is our score. These Knights aren't done.
Good block. What can Niagara set up here? Jaden Milne doesn't make it over. Kamen pops it up. Gomes, who's he going to set it to? Oh, nobody in particular, just a miscommunication.
Devasheri thought he was the one, but at the last second, you seen him turn away from this set. Jake Gomes put it right up there for him. Maybe heard the footsteps of Roddy Kim behind him. That kind of mental error will give Niagara Knights the lead.
We have a ball game. Jake. Quick set for Blakey. Knights showing all kinds of fight right now.
Yeah, these Knights are jumping. They're carrying their strong play from yesterday over to tonight, and it's really showing. These Hawks have had to work for each and every point.
Kamen looking no worse for wear after leaving yesterday's game with an ankle injury. Wow, Hawks, great job of keeping this thing alive. Devasheri with the strong push.
And there you go. The Hawks have been getting into a little trouble with these scrambles, but there it pays big dividends for them. You've seen good work there by Roddy Kim to dig it up, and Jake Gomes doing the dirty work as usual.
Kamen off the net, but still in play. Great block. Blakey's been all over the place. Again, I think that time it was all Jake Gomes.
And Jake Gomes is trying to put himself at the top of the ballot for player of the game. He's been all over the place today. Why not add another block to the stat sheet? Why don't you?
He's had some great serves. And Jake has just been dynamite from up front.
Speaking of dynamite, how about that serve from Kamen? The bench
One more
sure
look
likes
here.
that one.
And that's going to prompt a timeout from Niagara as the Hawks reestablish a 3-point lead, and looking like they might capture set number 3 if they can keep this up. We'll see what we get heading into this timeout.
Yeah, the team who comes away with set number 3 is absolutely massive. Who's going to have to come from behind? Obviously, Niagara was able to come back successfully going down 2-1 last night, but this Humber Hawks team definitely isn't Georgian. They're a whole different animal altogether, and it won't be an easy hill to climb if they find themselves behind. (20-17) our score here inside the Hawks' Nest. OCAA Provincial Championship action.
The Knights have already taken the court.
Humber
Hawks finally break the huddle.
taking their time with that handshake.
It's a golden opportunity for the Hawks to take the lead here in this game. We're all tied up at 1 set apiece.
If you're looking for a turning point in this game, look no further.
Great shot by Milne, but doesn't quite catch Humber off guard, and finding a way to block Hilario's number 4. Jaden, big effort.
Milne getting it done offensively and defensively, showing off some athleticism.
He's their guy, but it's Fillmore with the ball in hand, and there's Diego, our photographer. Devasheri, that's a big hit at a big time in this game as Humber retakes that 3-point lead and getting that much closer to the all-important 25th point.
Devasheri's shown signs of frustration at his own play tonight, but if he keeps taking out that energy on the volleyball, I think the Hawks are going to be in pretty good shape.
Razor. There's the chicken wing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Bugiardini with the soft touch, and there's Gomes with a great redirect, and without a doubt, Jake Gomes is the player of the game up until this point for Humber.
Reactions like a cat from Jake Gomes. That ball pops to him unexpectedly, and why not just tip it down the line? Make it look so easy to Jake Gomes.
Gotta like a guy who does things a little differently out there, and that's Jake Gomes. But not to be outdone, the Niagara Knights back on the board.
Wayne Wilkins not too happy with conceding that last point. Seen that cross-court winner find the corner in front of Kamen.
Set up for Obi. That one just breaks through the hands of Milne.
And Obi showing a little bit of versatility time and time again. You've seen him get up as high as he can and fire that ball straight down, but one of the first time tonight's attacking the backcourt and finding success.
But still, doesn't look like Obi's happy with his effort. He always seems like he wants to put a little more mustard on those shots. Jake Gomes, great shot there. Another service ace for Gomes.
Ratty Kim doing a nice job to get in front of that one, but it's going to be a violation against the Hawks.
Here we go, Knights with the serve. Humber just needs one more point. Not gonna get it there as Obi hits it out of bounds.
Oh, Obi sure wants that one back. He could taste the victory. So still a little bit of a cushion for these Hawks as we go into a timeout here. They're gonna have 4 more opportunities to close out this set before Niagara is able to claw back.
Humber just needs 1 more, and you got to wonder if Niagara can find a way to get on a run here. That would be a monumental turnaround, as it looks like the Hawks are about to go up 2-1. Just take another look at that Jake Gomes ace. Here it is, teed up, and he is just having a huge game tonight. And look at that face. He's feeling himself.
Yeah, no bother in the world. Yeah, I do this every day. No big deal. Let me stroll away from another beautiful ace.
That's what we do over in Oakville, you know what I'm saying?
Like you mentioned, some mighty fine water coming out of the taps in Oakville, and Jake Combs showing why he's the type of caliber of player he is.
From Dundas to Lakeshore, from 9th line to Burloak, the town of Oakville. 192,000 people, none of them on fire right now like Jake Gomes. Big shot. Hilario finding a way to get it done. 3rd set goes to the Hawks. They're now up by 2-1. 1 set away from going to that gold medal game.
Boy, oh boy, did they ever have to work hard for set 3. The Knights gave them everything they could handle. That might have been the most entertaining set of the matchup so far. Hawks come out top. Like you said. There you see the scores of all 3 sets. 2 25s on the side of Humber. Obviously that 2nd set, quite the runaway for Humber.
Great effort from the Hawks. They dropped the 1st set. Now they just seem like they're getting dialed in, but it's going to be a tough fight against Niagara. We saw how that 3rd set just went down.
Hilario getting it done. That was his 12th kill of the night. Tack on 5 digs to go along with it. When it comes to the offensive leaders, night in and night out, you'll find Hilario at the top of the stat sheet. And he's making his case for the top once again this evening.
And for Niagara, it's Jaden Milne having one of those nights. You know, he's the guy, been that dude all season long, and good effort tonight. But Niagara's going to have to dig deep because Humber really has occupied the control here.
Yeah, Jaden Milne better be hungry because they've been feeding them all night long. And he's a pretty efficient hitter, .325 hitting percentage. So he's definitely got it done when called upon. And they're going to need him to have the set of his life if they want to come away with the set 4 victory. Humber's last game against Mohawk, they had just 2 service aces to go along with 14 service errors. So obviously serving was a point of interest coming in today's contest, and the likes of Jake Gomes has got it done. Serving has definitely improved from today, from yesterday. That's got to be a big part of their success.
Here we go, number 13. Let's see if he's still got anything left in the tank. There'd be no better way to start this set than with another rocket from number 13.
Add in a little mean mug to go with it.
Here we go, set number 4. This could be the deciding frame. Set up there, Gomes to Hilario, big block, Jaden Milne. He's been there a few times against Hilario.
That's big man against big man, and it's the Knights coming away on top as Milne gets the better of Hilario. Haven't said that too often tonight.
But when the Knights have gotten in the way of Hilario, it has been Jaden. Outstanding effort. That serve goes long. Here's Dylan.
Knights need to do everything in their power to not give up an early lead here to Humber. Can't let them run away.
Devasheri in play now. Great block up front. Cayman Wilkins was right there.
Wilkins starting to get his swagger here as he has the Matumbo finger wag for the Knights after putting up the block there.
That shot finds the line. Big ace from Dylan Devasheri.
That's exactly what he was looking for. Devasheri attacking that back court, and he found it without an inch to spare. What a serve.
Bit of a change up that time. Teed up for Bugiardini, and that's a great strike. Just out of the reach of Humber.
Bugiardini hasn't had too many total attacks tonight, but when he had, he's cashed in on a few of them. He's a big power hitter from the outside. He's gonna have to get more involved.
Jake set up for Cayman. Good block. Bugiardini again. Randy Kim diving play. Big blast from Milne. And Hawks, no answer for that shot.
The Knights really starting to lean on their top players. And it's showing. These two players can get hot. It could take them to a set 4 victory. Humber's got to keep an eye on those two.
Gomes sets it up for Cayman. Won't be denied, but might have a violation call. So that point does go to Niagara. Milne, service error. All tied up at 4. Good start here to set number 4 for Humber. But now things evened right up. Obi. That ball nearly hitting the ceiling. Set up now for Hilario. Big shot recovered by Niagara. And then Newitz just paints the corner. Obi just couldn't get there.
Something went wrong on that block there for Humber. You've seen Blakey get up there alongside Hilario and maybe just didn't time that jump correctly, but it didn't seem like they were really ready for that outside hit.
That's it, Hilario right into the 4th row.
And that's it. It's not time to reinvent the wheel if you're Humber. You've been riding Rafael Hilario and those big hits all season long. Why stop now?
Let's call him Skane's mom, just trying to get out of the way.
Duck for cover.
If you're a Humber Hawk fan, you like to have Hilario on the team, but it certainly poses a safety hazard as you're spectating.
Yeah, if I'm attending the games as a spectator, I like to stay about 10 rows up just so I'm out of the splash zone for Hilario and those kills.
Great shot by Gomes, but that is kept alive with the little pancake.
Bugiardini serving up breakfast.
Scrambling now are the Knights. Another big push from Devasheri. Second time is the charm.
See Devasheri rush up, and it's Bugiardini who came off that great touch earlier in the rally, but just couldn't come up with it there.
Kamen puts that one in the net.
Service errors again becoming a factor. The 1 and 2 teams in the province.
Here's Micah. No worse for wear after the earlier injury. Net violation called on Jake Gomes.
He was going for that classic over and 2 that Gomes does so often. But on the swing through, just kind of hit the net with his forearm.
That out of bounds. Point for Humber.
Yeah, that's an awkward serve off the hand of Nuyets. That's definitely not the ball he was looking for coming off the hand, and came and saw that thing coming from a mile away.
Andrew Blakey. Multi-sport athlete, used to play baseball for Humber. Now he's just a volleyball cat.
Knights have to scramble.
Wow, even fooled the PA announcer. There he is. Obi getting it done. What a moment there as Josh Vatcher, our PA, thought Obi had the point the first time.
How nice of a guy is John Obi to hear his first name called out, and why not clean up the mess till you hear that Obi rumble out through the Hawks' nest.
Stop him once, but not the second time. Hawks really in a dogfight here.
Yeah, Milne again with the kill, and it went to Hilario. Tried to break down and get a hold of that one, and Devasheri couldn't save him.
That blast is way long.
You know, when Hilario ducks his head and runs away, there's a good chance that serve's going a little bit far.
Back with the serve, Jake Gomes. Does he have another ace in him? Oh, just about. Jaden Milne with a great blast. Humber keeping it alive. Devasheri making good, and that gives the Hawks the lead, and Jake Gomes back with the serve.
Ratty Kim showing why he's one of the best liberos in the entire province. A phenomenal dig leads to a big kill.
There's Jake at the baseline. He's going to take a good run at this thing. Knights pop it up. Kim over to Hilario. Good block there. And they're going to say Humber had the double touch there. Official makes the call. Pretty close call there.
Yeah, Jake Gomes wasn't too happy with it, but Wilkins gave a little nod to the referee. I think he knows it was a clear violation.
Devasheri just getting it in. There's Obi with the finish at the net.
The John Obi special. See him raise way over his head's over the net at that point. Great vertical leap. Fires it straight down.
Here's Dylan. Bit of a miscommunication for the Knights. Humber kind of scrambling too. Big block up front. Bugiardini right in the mix there.
Yeah, not a pretty rally, rather on either side, as they both kind of scrambled there for that point, but the Knights will come away with it. See Gomes set up Devasheri. Beats him nothing but the block.
Good shot from Hilario. Knights recovering. That doesn't make it over the net.
Likely wouldn't have mattered anyways, as Kamen and John Obi were there as a tag team to mop up anything if that got over the net.
Obi had a bit of struggles from the serve. But that one is right on point.
So is that.
Mixing getting right through the block there. Sorry, Adam.
Hey, no worries. Seen them usually leaning on outside hitter Nuyets, but now it's been Bugiardini who's really started to take over as the primary option. He's doing a nice job of it.
Point for the Hawks there.
Kamen looked shocked there for a second. He thought it was himself that was getting charged for that violation, but it does indeed go against the Knights.
Another conference, and that point upholds. Knights fans can't believe it.
A little bit of confusion on either side there. Seen Wilkins gives a dap to Bugiardini under the net. No hard feelings there.
Conference has concluded, and now Hilario looking to increase this lead for Humber.
He's been waiting patiently to get this serve underway.
Puts it long. We're all tied up at 13.
So the pattern continues. A tight set 1, a blowout set 2, and tight set here again.
Great dig by Devasheri. Milne. Heavy hit, and that goes long.
Humber taking advantage of these Knights' errors. Haven't had their cleanest outing, but they've been rewarded plenty from some unforced mistakes.
Kamen's had a great night. Gomes to Hilario. Wow. Knights keep it alive, but Milne, kind of the unexpected play, and he hits it short. What a blast.
Robert Zalewski, the poor libero there. He actually ends up making a great play, but definitely takes the brunt of that shot. And some quick reaction leads to them being able to get to that third hit, but it'll find its way into the net. Hilario's power has worked more often than not. And they're going to ride that right arm, hopefully into the gold medal game if they continue this play.
Here at the Humber College North Campus Gym, otherwise known as the Hawks Nest. This is where the OCAA men's volleyball provincials are going down. The road to the gold medal game goes right through here. We're in set number 4, and the Hawks looking to put this thing away.
Trying to add another banner to the Bannerville mantra. Are the Hawks here at home? Either way this game shapes out, they're going to be playing for a medal, but they'd sure like the color to be gold. Loser of this one will face Redeemer in the bronze medal matchup. Redeemer came away from last year's tournament capturing that third place bronze.
See if Wilkins can give Humber the upper hand. Already up by 2. Tough play at the net. That's probably going to go to Niagara. Yep. The call comes in. Gomes right in the mix there.
As he often is on the net there. Made a touch there that he wasn't too happy with, but still with the lead, they could bounce back.
Here's Dylan Devasheri. Wow. Knights finding a way to keep it alive. This rally still going here. There's a big bump. Gomes for Dylan. No doubt about it. That was just a great blast.
Yeah, that free ball just slowly drifting over the side of Humber. 1, 2 to Gomes, and then 3 over to Devasheri, and right down the line it goes.
Right here in crunch time, Hawks with a 2-point lead. Blakey serves that one up. And that is just going to go in favor of the Knights. They had a free shot there, and they totally took advantage.
Yeah, they made good on that attempt. That one looks like it went off either the shoulder or the noggin of Devasheri, and no one in the area to corral it.
Kim pops it up, set up again for Devasheri. What's the call going to be?
They said it was deflected. Line judge going to walk over and have a chat with the chair umpire.
Let's take a look here on the video replay. Long set there. The ruling just came in. That's going to be a point for Niagara.
So we've seen a lot of points change sides. Cayman Wilkins is now at the chair trying to get a reasoning. He'll relay the message to head coach Wilkins. But a lot of conferences between these officials and players. Some controversial calls in this semifinal matchup.
A lot of tense fans looking on. Cayman doesn't like the result, and he'll go deliver the message back to his head coach.
Little game of telephone going on in the court, but I think we're ready to get things back underway.
All tied up at 16. Humber looking to put this thing away, but Niagara right in this. And there the Knights now will take the lead with that service ace.
Tristan Swindon fires a rocket that just barely makes it over the net. You see here, and Cayman stretches out for it, but just can't pop that one into the air.
These teams played exactly 2 weeks ago here on a Friday night. The old rematch in a semifinal game.
That was not pretty. You've seen Cayman and Ratty Kim kind of bump into each other there. Seen that first touch, Kim able to get it up, and Devasheri all the way from the backcourt gives it to Tristan Swindon, who can't make the first touch, and the point goes the way of the Hawks.
Jake Gomes, good serve. Milne, though, set up, and that's another point for Niagara.
Milne, one of the few players that's really been able to get anything going against the Hawks. See him dart up there from his position, fire it between Cayman and Ratty.
Set up now for Obi, great block. What does Humber do now? Back to Obi, no, that's Devasheri. Heavy hit.
He was met at the net by Milne. Devasheri got the best of that. As you see here, he elevates, puts it off the elbow, and scores a big point.
13 kills for Devasheri. His teammate, Rafael Hilario, also with 13. Set up here. Devasheri just going to get it over. The double touch is called.
That's a tough one to get up. All that would have been would be a push volley. Give Niagara a free ball and hope to recover, but unable to get to that point as Devasheri gets the call for 2 touches.
Jaden Milne, can Humber close the deal? We're all tied up at 19 and some substitutions coming in for Humber.
Rezart Sadiku once again, a fresh face, fresh legs coming into this one. And he brings so much to the service line. A nice time for that substitution from Wayne Wilkins.
In play, good serve from Sadiku. Gomes finds a way to get some kind of handle on it. Whistle blown, ball handling violation.
Jake Gomes took that one right off the cheek. Not getting too much sympathy from his teammates.
Right off the nose, it looks like.
Yeah, you seen him look behind him, wondering where that ball went, and he almost took that second shot, too, on the replay.
He's putting it all on the line. This is Jake Gomes' game right now in the semifinal. Bujardini not to be denied. He's having a bit of a game as well. Number 8 in white.
He's coming on strong. 6 kills now for Bujardini. That one-handed set, that
Yeah,
tomahawk
what
chop.
a great set there. Ben Fillmore.
Free ball.
Newitz. Is that hit long or was that tipped? You know what? They're going to rule that point for Niagara.
One line judge said it went long. The other said it was tipped. But I think the right call made there is that did appear to hit a fingertip.
Micah. Yeah, it looks like Hilario caught that one.
Some confusion here with the scorers table.
Timeout called by Wayne Wilkins.
Good timing for it. Obviously a crucial point in this game. Both teams just a few points away from taking set number 4.
And the trip to the national championship on the line here. Really, the whole season boils down to this set right here. Humber trailing by a point, but they're right there, just capturing this 4th set and getting their way into the gold medal game.
Yeah, 17-2 season, dropping both of those contests against Fanshawe. A whole lot to be proud of over those 19-plus games, but at this point, your entire season comes down to these next few points. Either you wrap it up here, or you're going to a 5th and deciding set here at the Provincials.
This is what it's all about, and Niagara just seems to be exclusively involved in great games here at the provincial tournament.
If nothing else, they brought a whole lot of entertainment into this gym. It's been fun to watch the Knights compete.
Ooh, service error. That's a big play for Humber coming out of the timeout.
Kyle Thiessen's going to take a seat after that one. Obviously not too happy with himself. Not the timing needed. It's a bit of a surprise move here. We'll see Hilario take a seat, and Ferreira will step up to the service line.
Here's Eduardo. 21 all. Big block there. That's Andrew Blakey. And couldn't have come at a better time, giving Humber a 1-point advantage.
Blakey coming up clutch when they need him most. Getting over there just in time beside his partner, Jake Gomes.
Served up. How about that? Cayman's right there. But Blakey got a lot of it, and now, no, it looked like it might have had a timeout called.
And these blockers taking over late in set 4 for Humber. That's Andrew Blakey again, rushing over from his position in the middle of the court.
There's the Humber bench in the background there, fired up. Ferreira checking out, and back in the game is Humber's ace.
One first-year player from Brazil in for another, as Hilario will take the place of Ferreira.
Oh, wow. Humber just finding a way to get under it. All tied up at 22. Hilario.
Just got that one.
Wow, this is a tense atmosphere here in the Hawks' Nest. At the net now, Fillmore up. Swindon hits it out of bounds.
And that even got Coach Wayne Wilkins excited to see him toss up his arms. He knows how big that point was.
Wayne Wilkins is a winner. He's in his 25th year with the program. Him and his brother, Chris Wilkins, number 1 and 2 in all-time winningest Humber coaches for any sport. Cayman just getting it over. Hawks need 2 points here. Gomes gonna throw it down, and that is a big play. Gomes looking over at the cheering section.
How about Jake Gomes? So lethal. Look at this guy, how calm and cool he is, getting up there, swatting that home and giving a stare down to the faithful home crowd. Jake Gomes putting on a show.
It's been a monster night for number 13. He's been on point from the get-go, and getting it done in every area of the game. His serving, he's setting up his teammates, he's getting blocks, he's getting kills.
It doesn't matter what you need on the court, Jake Gomes will get it done for you, and we're still waiting for his first smile of the game, whether he's making a good play or bad.
Another look here at the scrambling play, and Jake Gomes just finding the dead zone, and oh, that's a bad man right there.
Bad man, Jake Gomes getting it done, and the crowd and his teammates love it. If you want to embody the philosophy and the playing style of one player, the casualness of Jake Gomes might be the one you pick.
Here we go. Timeout's over. Humber 1 point away from punching their ticket. And ball in the hands of Cayman Wilkins. Hawks gotta like their chances here. Great blast. Gomes sets it up for Devasheri. That's it. Hawks go into the gold medal game. And just take a look at that. The Hawks storm the court, and Devasheri gets mobbed.
Storm the court, Hawks. You're flying all the way to the gold medal game. What a performance.
It's a well-rounded team effort, and at the end of the day, it was Gomes setting up Devasheri.
And it took till the post-game celebration, but there's a smile on the face of Jake Gomes. Even Wilkins is in on the action. What a moment for these fellas. Battled so tough as they walk into the handshake line all season long, going 17-2, and now they have the chance for ultimate redemption to dethrone the Fanshawe Falcons in the 2019 OCAA championship game.
A rematch of last year's provincial championship. Battle of the Birds, Adam Lucier.
Doesn't get any better than this.
It does not.
I know where I'll be at 5 p.m. tomorrow night.
That'll be right here on the Hawks Sports Network. And player of the game for Humber, without a doubt, has to be Jake Gomes, Adam.
Yeah, if he doesn't get it, I don't know who will. He has been the key cog in the machine, the gear that moves the operating system. It's all Jake Gomes. I'm running out of superlatives to describe the man. He had himself a night. And there you see Wilkins working his way down the line, getting the boys fired up.
That's what Wayne Wilkins does best, leading his volleyball team to victory time and time again. Getting it done.
But let's commend these Niagara Knights. Involved in a couple thrillers of games, really exciting to watch all tournament long.
Number 3, Robert Zalewski. Congratulations and great game, Robert. And your player of the game from the Humber Hawks, number 13, Jake Gomes. Ladies and gentlemen, Hawks fans, your Humber Hawks. Tomorrow, your Hawks will play for a gold medal provincially and have secured their spot to move on to nationals. We will see you tomorrow for the final day of the OCAA 2019 Men's Volleyball Provincial Championship.
The team that's cheered them on all the way, and Jake Gomes better be ready for tomorrow night as the Hawks will face their ultimate test of the season.
I'm sure we'll have a word with Gomes with our sideline reporter, Danielle Dupuis. There they are.
Danielle might look a little more excited than Jake here.
Hey.
Yes, I am.
And just what a game. And of course, we'll have more on the game right now with Danielle.
Here. And thank you, and welcome back to the sideline. My name's Danielle Dupuis, and I'm here with the player of the game, Jake. Phenomenal job out there. You guys have set yourself out well, and heading into the gold match tomorrow. Any thoughts?
We're ready. Yeah, we are for sure.
So your performance today, what are some key things that you picked up on? What did you guys do well?
Well, we passed really well, served really tough to put them out of system, and we just played our side.
And now you have an advance into nationals coming up. What are your thoughts there?
We're really excited. Can't wait.
You would say that you're ready to go.
We are.
Well, phenomenal job out there, and we'll see you again tomorrow. So back to you guys.
Thank you, Danielle. And that was quite the performance indeed from Jake Gomes. And we'll see if he has even more to bring forward tomorrow in the gold medal game at 5 o'clock. We'll see you then. Tomorrow, a full day of consolation games leading up to the bronze and gold. And we'll sign off for now. For my partner, Adam Lucier, and myself, Matt Hamill, stay tuned for some great OCAA volleyball.